I've hunted Canada for whitetail and for elk. Never shot a bear before, never been bear hunting. I was excited to kill a bear. I didn't know what to expect. You know, I didn't even know how to judge a bear. When I came up here, I knew nothing about bear hunting. Yeah, I had some guys, give me some advice. Probably the biggest danger is if you wound a bear and go out and try and track him down. Blood's getting better, and I'm tracking a hurt bear without a gun. That bear's pissed off. Well, if my arrow hit one of those ribs and then floated on the outside, didn't go to any vitals, I mean, he's still alive. I think there's been many a hunter that's went out searching for the bear they just hit and ended up getting mangled by him. And also, I mean, this thick stuff, I wish it was more wide open. You're dealing with an animal that can kill you. I think the best thing to do is back out. Nobody gave me advice on how to stay alive bear hunting or anything like that.
Tiger Automotive, Canada's automotive accessory headquarters at 814 47th Street East.
That's where I'm going to be tomorrow.
We're hunting here in Canada in a place called Green Lake. And it's about 3 hours north of Saskatoon.
Here at Green Lake, I mean, he's got great fishing and boats right here, and that makes it pretty special.
The thing I like most about Canada is it's so wide open. There's just miles on miles on miles of acreage that doesn't have a town or a field in it whatsoever. It's just timber, lakes, a great place for the wildlife to flourish.
It's a large chunk of land that Grant has here. It would be probably 50 miles square, 50 by 50, something like that.
The landscape to me is real similar to home. Hilly, a lot of more pines than I would have. It's the landscape I like to see.
There's nobody around, the odd fisherman out there. That's a real nice part of it.
The one thing I like about hunting is there's always something to learn. And the bear hunting for me was going to be big in that I got to learn something about an animal that I've never hunted before. So Skip, it's my first time bear hunt. Tell me how to judge a decent bear, a shooter bear, we'll say.
Well, we got 45-gallon drums in there that the bait's in, and for guys for the first time, you can use that barrel to help you judge.
Skip knew what was going on, and I'd say around the camp here, he's maybe the go-to guy. If somebody had a question on bear, they'd go to Skip and probably ask Skip.
I've been guiding this is my 28th year. I've spent my whole life in the outdoors, and it's just part of me. It's a great part of my life. One of the neatest parts about it is the people you meet. If you see a bear that comes in there that's as tall as one of them 45-gallon drums, that's getting to be a real nice bear. That's kind of something you can use. And a large boar will have what almost looks like they have no neck. It just looks like their head's connected to their shoulders. No mistaking a big deer or a big bear or anything, you know. When it's big, it's big.
Great guy, had a lot of information. He's been guiding since he was 18 years old. I couldn't have picked a better guide, to be honest.
So if it's, basically you're saying if it's a barrel, if it's as big as a barrel with legs, it's a shooter.
Yeah.
And if it's as tall as the barrel standing up, that would be a shooter as well.
Correct, yeah.
They gave me some quick lessons on what to look for, the size of the head, and then I went to the field. The first night we went to the stand, we took four-wheelers. 17 miles, I think, is what we took on a quad. And 17 miles is quite a long ride on a four-wheeler on a country road with a lot of bumps in it. Monday is our first set. The first bear that comes in is the height of a 55-gallon drum. So that was actually the first time I'd ever seen a bear that wasn't in a pen or in a zoo or wasn't caged. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, they said to shoot, you know, anything at that height. And I just didn't think the first bear that would walk in would be a good, you know, a good shooter bear.
That was a really good bear. You know, if he would have seen that bear, you know, this second or third day, he probably would have taken him.
The way he came in, I mean, he zigzagged and he didn't walk straight into the bait. And finally came in, but the way they acted, they're smart animals. So I kind of let him pass. So sitting in the stand the first time, watching that first bear come in was awful interesting for me. I just never would have thought, you know, the first bear that I would have saw bear hunting would have been a good bear to take. Yeah, after the first day and I found out that I had a shooter in front of me, I knew that me getting a bear was going to happen, no doubt about it. To get to the stand the second day, we took a boat.
The lake is like a snake. It's not, you know, it's curvy and you can see a lot of different country, and it's a beautiful boat ride.
With the boat, it was pretty cool because there was a lot of wildlife. We saw a beaver in the water. There was some bald eagles that had a nest right on the lake. And you get to see it all, you know, with the lake, as opposed to driving on a road and seeing 20 feet this way and 20 feet that way. And to me, that was pretty cool. I liked going jumping on the boat, going to a stand, and then coming back on the boat. It's just something different for me. So the second day, we went to a different spot off the lake, and I was just sitting there waiting for another, shooter bear to walk by. He walked straight in, did not care what was up there, and just his head. It was so big, and just his whole size. I mean, this was two of those bear that I saw the night before together. He was kind of coming in facing me, so I didn't worry about grabbing my bow. I didn't want him to look up and see my movement or grabbing the bow. I thought I was going to have some time. I don't think he saw us moving, but it's like he knew we were there. He gets up after a little bit, turns, and starts kind of heading away real slow. I think he was getting ready to leave. I was told years ago to always aim for the exit. That's a big bear. Boy, I tell you what, he took off running pretty good. I thought it was a great shot. I really did. When he took off running, I was just waiting for him to fall over. I thought I had him. Yeah, here's my arrow, and I got good blood. It's pretty good blood. Right off the bat, my arrow was right there. I had a clean pass through with the arrow. See that tip? See the tip, how it's bent? Hit something. I'm gonna leave that there. Blood's getting better, and I'm tracking a hurt bear without a gun. It's just getting me on edge a little bit, but he's got to be expired. I really believe he's dead. Immediately, I wanted to track him because I thought that animal was dead, right out of my sight, to be honest. Here's where he turns.
I wouldn't advise it. I mean, you never know. When I go in and I'm looking for a bear with a hunter, I always have my shotgun with me just in case you run into the bear and it's not dead.
We didn't have a gun with us. I didn't even take my bow with me. I think I took my pocket knife or something. Probably not the smartest thing to do. For a couple hundred yards, I had a great blood trail. I mean, it was just a continuous. I'd say I spent a couple hours, at least over an hour, tracking that bear, because I would go 20 feet and then I would sit back, I'd look at the blood trail, and I'd look for it. I was told these animals, when they die, right before that happens, they give out a death growl. Well, I've not heard the death growl yet, but I tell you, we picked up. There's so much blood here, and I know I put my arrow right where I wanted it. I wanted a broadside shot, but I didn't get it. I got a quartering away. I hope that shot wasn't too low. Well, if my arrow hit one of those ribs and then floated on the outside, didn't go to any vitals, I mean, he's still alive.
When they're in that state of mind, they're not scared. They're ready for whatever's coming their way.
I would say we've got more blood than just a flesh wound. But this is a bear. It's different than a whitetail. There's a chance that I didn't put as good a hit on this animal as I thought.
When they're wounded and there's a possibility where they could charge.
And when we got into thick brush, I didn't know what to expect. I just was very cautious on where this living, ticked off bear could be at.